right. Okay, guys, we do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening. As you can see, it's 2 board members here. And thank you for coming out. Sorry that you didn't show up, but I just hope the news get it right. As you can see, we are all here present and willingly to have a scheduled board meeting. It saddens my heart that every time it's time to do the business and the will of the people, it gets blocked because people don't come and take their job serious. We basically have 2 scheduled meetings every single month, and our job is to come, pay the bills, pass ordinances if need be.
But it really, everything kind of comes down to the safety right now. You know, you have people who don't feel safe coming to the meeting.
The trustees are putting their foot down. They're saying, hey, listen, this meeting, the way this is going, needs to be in the bigger room with multiple exits and entrances, right? Multiple ways to get out, right? One of the trustees has a restraining order on one of Henyard's most trusted people, Keith Price. Keith Price has long history of being aggressive, rude, violent, and I think a lot of people just are done with it. The trustees are done with it. And Henyard is extremely stubborn, and she's going to do what she does to drag this on and drag this on and drag this on. Is it going to be another series of court issues to designate where the meeting should start? What else is really going to be the solution to this? Because right now it's been a full month. They can't do any business, right? There's things that need to be paid. I mean, that agenda was pretty long. Trying to break it down a little bit of everything they need to do. They got to approve some employee assistance program. Supervisor has to explain how she's going to give 100% tax refund to all the homeowners in the township. She wants approval, I'm assuming her, because it's on the agenda, approval of bonuses for all the township employees, approval of the forensic audit proposal. There's a lot of stuff happening, right? And the fact that she can't compromise not one little bit is the reason why this is not, the business is not going to be handled. And it looks like Trustee Carlisle, at least with her, she does not feel safe. But she's a trustee. She was voted by the people. They're going to have to figure out a way to get this to work out somehow. And for Henyard to do the back and forth and stuff and not truly demonstrate. So, because this is the thing here. I talked about this in a video, a couple of videos ago. The person handling the security, or the one that commented on the security when they had the fake, not the real meeting, right? It's her just talking. The man that's handling the security is the man that Trustee Carlisle has a restraining order against. So how does that make any sense? It doesn't. Why would she feel safe if he's the one that's running security? Sorry, not running at all, but you get the point. I wouldn't feel safe if the person that I have such an issue with, I had to file a restraining order. And then to go back to that place to work, to do the work for the people, the person running the security, who's even commenting about the security, is the person that I have a restraining order against. Why would I think that's a safe environment? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. This guy is always here, front and center. I can't find this clip. If you guys can help me find it, there was a meeting where Keith Price was just screaming at Gonzalez, cursing at him, saying you full of shit, something along those lines. If you guys remember what meeting that was, let me know. But that has happened where he's aggressively yelling, cursing, or whatever. And when he's hanging out in the township, at the village, he is in employee access areas, even though he is not an employee of the village. There is some element of intimidation. You see the dude right here, the guy with the dreads. He has some issues here. These people that she has that put anyone, especially if you are going back and forth with her, you won't feel safe. So they gotta figure something out. The stubbornness is outrageous. And if she doesn't like you, she is not going to give you an inch. So in her view, the narrative is, well, I'm here, they're not here. Even though she knew that at least Gonzalez was here, right? Like he notified the clerk that he was here. So I found that interesting. But I think, the moment where the most information was gathered was obviously with the critical smoker. So shout out to him.
So what would be your solution to make it safer?
Although it's not perfect, we would obviously, the first step is to have the meeting downstairs where you have 3 exits, you have a larger room. That would be the first step. We're waiting to hear back from that, because that becomes where, a lawyer has to talk to another lawyer and hash things out. So those are kind of some of the steps to us that are initial, that are crucial though, that what we're looking at. But it really, everything kind of comes down to the safety right now. You have people who don't feel safe coming to the meeting.
But do you feel different now nominating Tiffany for for supervisor?
Definitely, yes. Yeah. And you can look at it so many different ways. Just there was a lot of potential. I kind of leave it at that. And unfortunately, I think that's kind of the saddest part, that hasn't been realized or looked at seriously as, there was a lot of potential here. We don't control, after the fact, we don't control what somebody's going to do. Like I said, there was just so much opportunity, and there was a chance to do a lot of good, and it just really wasn't.
She didn't show that type of behavior before she was put into that position.
It's hard to say. There might have been, there was some indications, but it's but even like I said, once you get beyond that, it's just kind of, sad to me that
He said there was potential there, right? He said it's potential. And then Critical Smoker said, well, was there any signs that she could do what she's doing? And then he kind of admitted that it was. But it's interesting the way he said that. So he knew there were signs, but then there's potential. I don't know. If I was him, I'm like, yo, I've made a massive mistake. I am an idiot. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I brought in a storm that is messing everything up on multiple lawsuits against the township. I really messed it. That's me, but I'm not a politician. And Henyard's going to have to do more to make people feel safe. And having the guy that has lawsuits against him while he's working in the township, also there's a restraining order from one of the trustees. That's where this level of intimidation is happening.
We have to continue progress here in Thornton Township, which has a surplus, by the way, over $9 million. So I am so grateful to myself and to the board members that helped make that possible, because you need a team to make sure things move smooth.
She keeps lying about the surplus is ridiculous at this point, which is it 9 or 4? The last time she said was 4. I don't know either. I don't know. I have no idea. We were waiting for some information on that. She's really proud about it. So someone has told her these numbers. I remember with Robert Hunt, he didn't know the exact figures, which I found was weird, because that's the one thing your boss keeps talking about. So if I know my boss is really proud about this one stat or whatever, and I'm the one running the numbers, I will remember the number that my boss likes to brag about, because obviously she's trying to be elected again, right? She wasn't elected, sorry. She wants to run and win for supervisor. She's going to talk about this surplus. We need to know how much it is and exactly how much it is. And apparently he didn't know. So I found that really weird. But yeah, exactly. And I forgot succeeding. So yeah, you have multiple people. You have the Dots guy, Michael Smith. You have Keith Price to make things very uncomfortable, right? Oh yeah, and her boo, Kamal Woods. So when people are at the podium and they're saying things that is against or, critical of the mayor, they're giving them the stare downs, it's the aggressive stares, it's, some of this probably comments. That's the level of the environment that Henyard wants to bring in to maximize control. So trustees are finally, they put their foot down. They don't care about that anymore. They're like, hey, listen, well, if this doesn't fix this situation, then we're not, they're not going to show up. So I understand that. I feel it. Makes sense. I can't really complain too much. But I think the breaking point was when Trustee Carlisle was speaking and the woman kept yelling. And it's not the fact that she was yelling, because that's town halls. People get a little dramatic and a lot of emotion. I was talking about what happened in Flint the other day. People going to scream, whatever. But if it looks like the person that's running it, the one who's in charge, the leader, is laughing and kind of saying, well, that's your problem. And Trustee Carlisle says, so that's your friend, so you're not going to tell her to stop? And Henyard does nothing? Why would you feel safe in that situation?
I don't like that to be around people. Who are you? But again, as you want me to shut up, come set me up. Y'all got
Security. Call your people into order, supervisor. Tiffany here, call your people into order. No, you stop. Have her stop. No. Again, we're still in discussion. Right, you don't want the truth to come out. That's why you want to end discussion, because you know what the truth is.
Trustees, stop.
Right, no, you stop. I'm in discussion. You don't want to know the truth. That you're a very evil person, and guess what? You will be exposed. Because done in the dark comes to light.
Go ahead, trustee. Cover.
You're talking about a lot of very important topics that you either may agree or disagree with. There is this small room where they're saying that there's now a lot of ways to leave, and your boss, the ones running things, laughing. You wouldn't feel safe either. I still find it funny when Henyard was talking about there's 2 meetings a month, when I don't remember last time Henyard had 2 meetings in Dalton. When the last time she had 2 meetings in Dalton? She talked about that. That's hilarious. The township has enough space. Okay. So it's more about not necessarily the space issue. So thank you. It's not about the space issue. It's the security issue. So they got to figure that out. Or Henyard has to do more. I think that's right. The trustees are done. They're tired of the nonsense, and they want real security to be here on a set of these meetings. The trustees have been yelled at, have been threatened to a point where one is having a restraining order on one of the employees of the township. The same employee that has a lawsuit against him for threatening, making a toxic work environment. Then you have a leader who seems to enjoy these toxic work environments because she's not doing anything to change it, because these are the people who will agree with her and ride with her. And I think at this point they put their foot down. Henyard is just, again, trying to change the narrative, make it seem like she's there to do the work and it is safe. Well, clearly there's more people, since Jerry Jones is gone. You can't get the quorum unless you supply the kind of security that's necessary for this to run well, right? You can't have people at the podium talking, and because you don't like, or the people your crew don't like what they're saying, to get up and crowd him and try to intimidate him. So all these issues that's been happening, security needs to be a priority, because you don't want what's happening in Flint with people pulling out, I don't know what that was, a little 22. I don't know what that little handgun was, but pulling out weapons because it's getting out of control. So I think for her and her people, they just need to, chill out. But so far, it seems like that never seems to happen. Right now, it's for many of the residents and even some of the trustees, it's not a safe environment, and Henyard needs to do something about that. Or before she has to. Or just, again, some higher authority will make a decision on it.